What's up, guys? It's Ivan Barnes here with another how-to and product review. Today is how to grow tomatoes. Look at these tomatoes too. This is part of the harvest. Tomatoes, tomatoes, tomatoes. All right, and our product review is this little early girl hybrid tomato. Okay, just comes like this. Bonnie plants since 1918. We are gonna plant this little hybrid tomato into this garden bed we have here. All right, so a few things you might want to have when you're planting your tomato plant is some gloves like these nice little rubber gloves. They're good, keeps the dirt out of your fingernails. Another thing you probably want to have is this is a little shovel, also called a trowel. All right, rhymes with vowel, A-E-I-O-U, trowel. So yeah, it's a little trowel. So yeah, we got our plant, and one thing to consider is just where you want your plant, because this little tomato plants, in my experience growing tomatoes, they get big, they grow, and it's like they take over everything. So you want to have some nice space, and then think about where you're going to plant your other stuff. Another thing to consider is how much sun these get. Tomatoes, if you want fresh juicy tomato, I mean, what do you think? Probably put it in full sun, so at least 6 hours a day. Instructions you need are right here on the back. I usually hang on to these. I'll put it in the ground, in the soil, right next to what you're growing, like so. All right, so I decided I'm going to plant this guy right here in the middle. So what you could do is just loosen up the soil here, dig a little hole with your trowel. You can just look at how much dirt you've got here. And then what you want to do, sometimes the roots are starting to come out or it gets a little tight in there. Give it a squeeze like this. Just squeeze around, rotate it, and then gently you can grab it by the stalk here and slowly pull it out. See that? Okay, so that's the root ball. And what you want to do is kind of just massage this a little bit. You can feel it. It's kind of satisfying. It makes a little crackle sound. It's like but what you're doing is you're loosening the roots up, so that the roots can drink and get all the nutrients from the soil to help this tomato plant thrive. Another thing you should do is talk to your plants like, whoa, you're beautiful. You're gonna grow into such an amazing tomato plant. You're gonna have so many bright red tomatoes, and I'm gonna love you, and you're gonna share your love with the world. Something like that, just make it up, improvise as you go. It really doesn't matter, as long as you're giving the plant some energy. It's gonna feel that energy and it's gonna respond. So yeah, we massage it around, got it going. Okay, we got our hole right here. Got this thing nice and loose on the bottom. Make this hole a little bit wider, a little deeper. Loosen it up down there a little bit. And then boom, you want it to sit right like that, about soil level. And then you want to just bring the soil from around, kind of pat it down like that as you go. Make sure you lift up on the leaves like that so that the leaves aren't covered with dirt. And that's it. I mean, oh, look at that little bug. You see that? He's crawling in there. That's good, because bugs, they help aerate the soil. So they're crawling around, making little tunnels for the air to get in there as well, and that's good. And yeah, and another thing I recommend is right after you go ahead and plant it, water it too. Give it a nice soak, because it's kind of stressful when you transplant plants. So it's nice to give them some water, give them a drink after you. Oh, but yeah, here, let's have a look. See if you can see some of those bugs. Let's see, I think there's a worm right here. Look at that. Oh yeah, it's still moving. It's still alive. Mr. Worm. Go ahead and give you some, put you in the dirt. Okay. All right, so there is our tomato plant right here next to the chives. and let's give it a drink. All right, guys, you see when I was watering it, I was being careful not to get water directly on the leaves, because if you get water on the leaves, sometimes it's hot sun right now. So if you water your plants, usually I only would water this in the morning or the night, but you know, it's the afternoon and I just planted it, so I'm gonna go ahead and give it a good drink. Careful not to get too much sun on the leaves, because, careful not to get too much water on the leaves, because if there's water on the leaves, the little water droplets is like a magnifying glass for the sun. And if you ever played with a magnifying glass, you can start a fire. So imagine what it does to the leaf, it fries them. So just be careful with that. All right, so now we've got our tomato plant here in the dirt. We've gave it a nice drink of water. It's all set. The last thing that I would recommend is putting a little tomato trellis. They make these wire ones that are pretty awesome. We're gonna go ahead and put this, just stick it in the ground here around, spread it out a little bit. You don't want the wires going through your roots necessarily. I would spread them around a little bit, like so. And then you just press it straight down into the ground, like so. I push it all the way down like that. Okay. All right, it's in there. And I know this thing isn't like the most aesthetically pleasing. It's not that beautiful, but trust me, you want it, because these tomato plants, they really start growing pretty fast. Like this little guy, and they need the support. They start getting heavy, they start bearing fruit. They're really gonna grow. You just wanna give it plenty of water. Tomatoes like a lot of water, so water it every day. You know, especially down here in the Southern California hot sun. Yeah, you gotta water it every day. But this tomato is gonna be exciting. Let's watch it grow and let's watch it bear fruit. All right, it's been about a week. As you can see, our little tomato plant looks like it's getting established there. All right, so look at this, guys. Week 2, and our tomato plant's doing good. Look at this, see, it's already above this ring, so it's gonna be getting support. Yeah. Look at that, look at that. Early bird. Still got that tomato there. The first one. All right. All right, week 3, look at this guy, really growing. Really growing. You know, one thing about tomato plants, they take a lot of water, so be sure to water your plants. Okay, boom, wow, look at that. Really growing. And look at this, you see here? We have these flowers. Yeah. Those are gonna turn to tomatoes. And where is our tomato down here? Still looking good. Okay, all right. Side note, I got some peppers in here too. Shishito pepper, serrano peppers, and these super chilies. Oh yeah, I like the spice. And look at this guy. This is a tomato plant from last year. Like I just threw a tomato over the side of the garden, or the side of this little bed, and it's growing back. So let's see, let's let it do its thing. Okay, so the early girl is, look at this, look at these tomatoes too, down in here. Look at these nice clusters. Still really green, you know, it's getting a little bit orangish. Shouldn't be too much longer before they're red. But yeah, more growth. It's pretty exciting. Like, look at these serious stalks coming out. Oh, I think I see a red one in here. Look at that one. Yeah. Okay. So this right here, you remember how some tomatoes were starting to grow up back here? These are plants, these are just from seeds that were tossed over to the side of my bed. They're really growing up. So I put in a little wire here, if you can see that, just for extra support. And yeah, I mean, remember when we put this in? My gosh, it's just completely covered. Now you see why it's so necessary to have the trellis. But wow, tomatoes, tomatoes, tomatoes. All right, guys, let's go in. Let's grab our first tomato. What about this one down here? Ooh, this one looks good. Nice. Let's go cut it open and see how it is. Okay, so let's just cut into it. Oh yeah, wow, look at that. Nice and juicy. Oh yeah. All right, guys, so let's go have a look here. We've got some tomatoes. Look at this. Lots. We can go ahead and harvest some. Exciting. All right, guys, yeah, so look, it is tomato picking time. We're gonna get these right here. Just right there, look at that. Vine ripened tomatoes. Oh yeah, sweet, right? More there. Oh yeah, look at these lovely tomatoes. Voila, just like that, right off the bush into my kitchen sink and into my mouth. So sweet, very healthy, rich in vitamins. Just like that. Delicious snack. All right, guys, so that's it. I hope you really enjoyed this video on how to grow tomatoes. We started with just a little plant, and now look at this, guys, behind me. I mean, we're gonna have juicy tomatoes for a while now. When they're ready, they're ready. You're gonna have a lot of tomatoes. I've been giving them out to neighbors that walk by. I've been hooking my friends up. We've been cooking with tomatoes. We're gonna can some tomatoes. But tomatoes are amazing, and I really hope you guys like this video. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and spread the good word. All right, Ivan Barnes signing out. See you in the next video. Peace.